and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry, I'm super excited. I'm just really happy today. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. I love you. Welcome to the G Gang. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about crushes, which is a very interesting topic to most teenagers. Before I move further, I want you to know that having a crush on an opposite sex as a teenager is basically normal. So you don't have to feel bad about it, or you don't have to make yourself believe that you're doing something wrong. But there are misconceptions between crushing and admiring. Admiring is finding someone attractive, which is very normal. But you crushing on someone means you're having that little feelings for someone. You always want to be around the person, and you just find yourself always with that person. That's basically the difference between crushing and admiring someone. I had my first crush at the age of 12, and it was not just one person, it was two people, and one was my classmate and the other was my senior back then in school. How I ended having a crush on them. Since I didn't have the basic knowledge of crushing, so I just went ahead with the feelings, which is the wrong thing. You don't move with your feelings when you start having crushes. Do you get? You have to use your knowledge. You have to be smart when you start having all these tiny little feelings. You don't move along with your feelings. I tell people, don't move along with your feelings, because you're definitely gonna regret it now or never. Now or later. Sorry. It's just something normal. So don't move with your feelings. You have to consult an adult, or you make researches. But researches are dangerous. So I beg you, or on I'm sorry, what did I just say? Anyways, I'm encouraging you to just consult an adult. That's the best decision you make when having this little crush feelings, when having these little feelings of crush and otherwise. So dating. Before I move into dating, I'll tell you about my experience with crushing. With crushes, what's wrong with me then? Okay, so my first crush, my first crushes, because yeah, two was my classmate and my senior. First, this senior, I don't speak to him. I don't even know anything about him. So I was just crushing on him from far. And then my classmate, he was someone that was really close to me. He helps me out a lot in class. And I think I at this moment, not at this moment, at that moment, I this is the misconception that happened. I didn't know I was admiring him and not having a crush on him. Do you understand? I loved his personality. I love is a very clean person and sometimes very reserved, and that was what I admired about him that made me feel like I was having a crush on him. That's why I say you need to consult an adult to get more information or more details on the difference between you having a crush and admiring the person. And then on the other hand, my senior, I don't even the only thing I know about him was that he, you know, he's just
This kind of loud person.
because I I don't want to use the word stalk, but I kind of stalked him. Not through social or in school, you know. I was always going where he was. I was always wanting to be around him. But on the other hand, the mistake I made was dating my classmate, because I didn't know I didn't like have a crush on him. I just admired him. So when we started dating, it didn't feel like dating because I didn't even know what it feels like to date someone. I was so little then. I had this tiny knowledge about it. So when I moved with my feelings, I just, it was a little person. It was one of the crushes that I could talk to. The other, I can't even approach himself. So I just moved along with my feelings. On the other hand, he said he liked me. So I just moved along. And then one week, According to him, he was there dating after 1 week. After we had that discussion, that is after he told me he likes me, he likes the way I talk, which is really weird because I talk a lot. And after the whole 1 week, that is when I realized that I don't really like this guy because he always wants to be around me, like, okay, let's work together, let's do these things. I'm waka waka. I couldn't even, you know, I didn't really enjoy staying around him. I just liked to see him as a friend, or I didn't know how to say it. I didn't even know how to express myself. So that was one of the mistakes I made. And thank God, when the whole thing broke off, I didn't allow it to ruin our friendship. Do you get? Which was really a hard work for me to do. It was really tough, but I just had to do it because I feel like I messed up at first. I wouldn't have moved my feelings. And then on the other hand, apparently during summer, everybody goes back home. We come back for summer lesson and all. And I did go back. I don't think I went for summer lesson though. I was just going to the school, but I didn't attend the summer lesson. So when I went to visit my friends at the summer class, I would say hi. And the only reason I was going there was to see, my crush. And sometimes I think he noticed that I was always moving everywhere he was going, and it was really weird because the guy would think that I'm stalking him. I'm always, like, literally anywhere he goes I will follow him, even if I'm not doing anything. I could just stand there and just pretend like I'm not looking at him, but I'm definitely looking at him. I'm just staring at him like you heard him. And after that period, I think he came to chat me up on Facebook. And then Facebook was really hot. It was sweet, very hot. Even if I find it hard to really chat on Facebook because I'm not really a social person, but it would be hard for you to talk because I talk a lot and I move around with people a lot. So he chatted me on Facebook, and he was saying things, and I was like, okay. At first you just have to form push, so I don't really like them, that kind of thing. So I was forming push for this guy. I was saying, okay, I'll think about it and all of that. I was really hyped when he said he liked me. I was really hyped because I didn't even think he would notice me. And I was really excited. I didn't even think about it. My mind was made up in my mind. I had to give him like 2 days space. I didn't chat him. I was like, okay, let me think about it. And then the next day I told him it was new month, which was August 1st. I can clearly remember it like yesterday. And well, I definitely told him that, okay, yes, it's fine, you can date. And honestly, I wouldn't lie, I'll be definitely honest, it felt really good, to have someone for yourself, like someone you can tell anything. And before I move further, let me say something. If you are not dating but you want to date, do you know that you can have a best friend and it still feels like you are dating? There's nothing special about dating someone as a teenager. That is, at the teenage level, there's nothing special there. All you need is just a best friend. So it felt really good. I would wake up every day. I would have seen a text message from him. Good morning. Tell me about how you slept, what you dreamt about, and everything. Then I'll tell him everything in details. And at that period, I didn't notice that it's just basically a friend, but in a much more tighter way. Because at that moment, I would say he's my best friend because I told him everything, whether good or bad. He knows literally everything about me. I don't. There are some friends that me I used to form push for. I will not lie. There are some people I form for, but him, I was really open to him and everything. Things I didn't do was that I never kissed him. I hugged. I never kissed him. I never do any other thing that abnormal people do. The only thing I did was hug him and shake him. But at some point we bought gifts for each other, which was normal. Even though my gift was very cheap, at least I can't go and steal. I bought something. And then I don't want to really waste much time on telling you everything in details, but I would say it felt good, you know, having someone, because there are sometimes teenagers have, you know, these mixed feelings, and I still have them to now. Mixed emotions. It's really hard. All this changing of hormones and all of that is just so problematic. And sometimes I just, when the mixed emotions just come, I feel angry, sad, and sometimes happy at the same time. And so I open up to him and tell him how I feel, and it makes me feel comfortable, which is the role for a best friend. I keep repeating, best friend. Sorry, I'm screaming. And that was it. I can say I dated him for a couple of years, and the end didn't turn out well. It didn't end well. It's so heartbreaking. Um, in the process of the whole dating thing, because I can say I grew up with him. Do you get? Not like at some point I didn't date other guys. At some point we'll break up and then I'll just date other people, and not because I really like them, but I'll say out of, you know, I don't care attitude, or I just want to experience, I just want to live life to the fullest, which is the wrong step to take as a teenager. And then why I dated, why I felt like okay I can date, was because I watched a lot of movies and I really wanted what they have, someone they can really talk to. And for the kind of person I was, I wouldn't say I have friends though, but the friends I had were not people I can really open up to, because I was not really committed and dedicated to the friendships I had then. So wanting to have that special somebody, or that special friend you can really open up to, that was why I dated. And because I liked the person, I liked the person's, you know, figure, everything, just how the person's. For me, I said at first I didn't really know him. I didn't know his character and personalities. So at first, I just say I liked how he looked. So it's just his physical appearance that attracted me to him. And then I said how it felt already. It felt nice, but at the end, it was heartbreaking, which is something that it really affected me, because I, to date someone, you need to put in a lot of effort. Effort made, time we spent, and it's not something that okay, you just feeling it. You will definitely spend time. You will lose a lot while dating. That's what I tell people. You lose it. There's a sacrifice you're making to date as a teenager. It's a big sacrifice, because a lot of time and energy will be wasted there. I don't want to use the word wasted, will be spent there. The negative effects I had, or dating had on me, was I lost focus in school. Definitely in primary school, I was this vibrant kind of student. Even if I don't read, I always find there's this thing, I prefer talking than writing. Not like now. Now I prefer writing than talking, but I'm still trying to balance though. I prefer talking than writing back then. So it's basically the explanation given that I used to write my exams. I don't really read my book. So back then, because of the whole dating thing, I find it really hard to focus. I wasn't even paying attention in class. I was always thinking about him, and him, which was really disruptive. And then another effect it had was I wouldn't say I forgot about my Christian life, but I would say effort efforts were not made in that aspect of my life. I just allowed that one to just be, when it's time to pray, I pray, when it's time to read Bible, I read. That was how it was going, which is really terrible, because at a young age is when you have the chance to build that spiritual strong foundation. Do you get? So that was the effect it had. And then also it made me stick to that particular person. Once I get stuck with someone, not stuck, like bond with someone, I find it hard to communicate, or express myself to other people. I become too attached to that person. That was another effect it had. It took me a while to somehow come out of the shell and start God English and start opening up to other people. That was another effect it had, and the last effect. And then I already talked about my experience. I shared the whole experience thing with you guys. And then now let me just tell you how to handle and control your feelings. Like I said in the beginning of this video, don't move with your feelings. Consult an adult or an older sibling that have probably been through that stage. You just have to consult someone that is much older than you to get advice. I'll tell you not to move along with your feelings. You can, get your mind off it by focusing on something else. Definitely teenagers, most teenage while at your teenage stage, you definitely be in school. So I think you should place your academics as your top priority. You should place God also as your top priority, and then when you get yourself engaged and busy, sometimes you can hang around with friends to get your mind off it. That's how I control mine. You can get other ways, and if you need more tips, you can ask me and then I'll make researches. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I'm passing a message and a lesson out there. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys. Because love Shumar. Peace out.